up.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Jeff and Jeremy here online at kzoz.com. We got that $20 Defenders Dose coming up later if you know the show. Right now, it's Dumbass of the Day, and it's brought to you by Peterson's U-Cart. They're in the Atascadero. They want to remind you that spring coming up, just, weeks away now. At Peterson's U-Cart in Atascadero, they have everything you need to make sure your outdoor space looks amazing. You can check out their selection of landscape supplies, pipe, and concrete online at Peterson, the letter U, cart.com. That's PetersonUcart.com.
How pathetic can some people be?
You know what's like really fun to do just to mess with people? I haven't actually done this yet, but this will be awesome. Anyone could do it. You could do it. Here's what you do. Go to a stranger's funeral sometime. Stay with me. Go to a stranger's funeral sometime where you don't know anybody there, and it's an open casket funeral. That's important. And wear something weird, too, like a trench coat or a unitard. Just dress as weird and creepy as you can, and when you get there, don't talk to anyone. Just immediately walk up to the open casket, lean in, and so everyone can hear you, go, checkmate. And then run away, laughing hysterically. That's all you have to do. Think about it. That one little interaction is going to add so much mystery to that dead guy's life. When his friends and family be like, who the was that guy? Did Uncle Eddie have an arch nemesis? Was he a superhero part-time? What the
Dumbass of the Day. 93.3 KZOZ.
This is kind of a funny, dorky, nerdy story, but I know people do this. There's TV shows based on it on Discovery and other places. Looking for treasure. Whether they're digging for treasure or they're diving for treasure. A man got arrested. His name's Roderick. What a cool name. If your name's Roderick, I think you're meant to be a treasure hunter.
Roderick the treasure hunter.
Roderick,
yes, absolutely.
Craythorne. He's 52 years old.
Can you go short on that one, though? Can you go Rod the treasure hunter? Not really.
Nah.
It's got to be Roderick.
Rod sounds trashy.
Yeah.
I want to go Roderick. Fancy. Sophisticated treasure hunter.
I mean, how much alpha male is going on with the name Roderick? That's a super duper.
They might call him Rod now.
I mean, Roderick, the treasure hunter, has to have a ponytail and it has to be slicked back.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And have like two big dogs.
And wear like one of those khaki vests over his shirt.
Khaki vest over the shirt and a shark tooth necklace.
Yeah.
That's Roderick, the treasure hunter.
But they might be calling him Rod now because he's in jail in Utah after being charged with more than $1,000 in damages to federal property after digging up the Yellowstone Cemetery. He started digging out there back in October of 2019 through May of last year. Apparently, he's been searching for Fenn's buried treasure. Some guy named Fenn who buried over $2 million worth of treasure. People have been looking for this treasure for years. A couple people have actually died looking for it. Before he died in September, this guy Fenn, who buried the treasure, I don't know why he did this, but announced that someone had found a chest full of $2 million worth of gold, jewels, and other valuables. Craythorne, Rod, or Roderick.
God, his last name's Craythorne, too?
Yeah, I know.
That is a treasure hunter's name. Roderick Craythorne, treasure hunter.
He got a lead that this was a fake story and that the $2 million worth of jewels is still out there. He said that his story is that this guy Fenn was trying to throw people off the scent.
Where do you go for your I know that, people have leads in their business life. Where do you go to get a treasure lead?
Reddit.
There's probably not like a Salesforce
I don't know.
website or something like that.
I don't know. You know what? I've never even been on Reddit.
Treasure.
I think I looked at it once and I went, there's too much going on here. There's got to be rooms. Maybe there's Facebook pages. Treasure hunters.
Okay.
Everybody's got a Facebook group now that they might be into.
Except for the president. He doesn't have one.
Well, he had one. It's under lock and key right now. But anyways, he's out there digging up graves looking for this treasure. He gets arrested. He's now sitting in Utah, waiting to get bailed out of jail. Congratulations, Roderick, with your shark tooth necklace.
Khaki vest, ponytail slick back, and 2 big-ass mastiffs.
You are Jeff and Jeremy's
Dumbass of the Day. 93.3 KZOZ.
Don't be a dummy when it comes to your landscape supplies. Go to Peterson U-Cart on Gusta Road, just north of Quickie Car Wash in Atascadero.
We load, you cart, you save.
Jeff and Jeremy online at KZOZ.com. Join the program anytime. Your texts and your phone calls very welcome at 805-543-3693.
So on the 805 beer text lines last week, Tommy Lasorda passed away. Not on the 805 beer text lines.
I'm sure that wasn't a great way to start your weekend.
I don't want to attribute that to the fine folks at Firestone and their sponsorship of the 805 beer text line.
Yeah.
They had nothing to do with Tommy Lasorda's
93 years old. I guess somebody had texted in that he had been in and out of the hospital.
Was not aware of that. A Dodger fan wrote in and said, no Dodger is more popular than Lasorda. Now let's think about that for a second, okay? Did Jackie Robinson not play for the Dodgers? I mean, he's like arguably the most important baseball player in history of baseball.
People are, wear their emotions on their sleeves. They're in the moment, and they're thinking about Tommy. But I mean, Jackie Robinson, yes, but that was generations ago.
So, no Dodger in
modern history.
That should be prefaced with, in my opinion, or in my lifetime, no Dodger has been more important than Tommy Lasorda.
To my generation?
Possibly.
Because I know Jackie Robinson from the books, but I'm not a huge baseball fan, and I don't dork out because I'm not a huge Dodger fan. So I think for the rest of us,
but we all know
Tommy Lasorda, everybody knows.
We know Jackie Robinson's legacy, okay? Broke race barriers to play baseball, okay?
But how many people, if you just asked them on the street, random people, who did Jackie Robinson play for? They would know the name. They would know why his name is important. But would everybody know that he was a Dodger? Maybe
I think so.
Maybe here in San Luis Obispo.
But if you were to go to like Minnesota, they wouldn't know.
Let's go to Oregon. Let's go to Texas.
I've got to believe
Texas big.
I mean,
Nevada,
arguably the most historic baseball player of all time, and he was a Dodger. And people are saying on the 805 beer text lines that no Dodger is more popular than Tommy Lasorda. I don't know that that's true. Maybe.
Do you think your wife, who grew up in this state of California, knows what team Jackie Robinson played for?
She doesn't even know what baseball is. She doesn't know what I don't even know if she knows who Jackie Robinson is, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking I could just. I bet.
But she also in the same vein, she doesn't know who Tommy Lasorda is.
Would Sheba know? She's a Dodgers fan, right?
Oh yeah,
she would know.
Oh yeah, she would totally know, and she would. Let's get Sheba on the line though, because she is a Dodgers fan through and through. Like she is the biggest Dodger fan. I shouldn't say that. There are people I know, but that know, that the audience knows that I know. Who is the more popular Dodger, Jackie Robinson or Tommy Lasorda? I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. I mean, Tommy Lasorda is a manager, okay? Granted, a very successful manager, but just a manager.
Hello?
Hello, Chiba.
How's it going?
Good. Sorry about Tommy Lasorda.
Super sad. But inevitable. He's up there, and we knew he was hospitalized. I think he's been there for like a month or so.
Yeah, exceeded expectations in the age range. It came up in just casual conversation the other day. I think it may have been around the time that the Dodgers won the World Series. I think Seth and I were talking about just Dodgers, and I said, is Lasorda still with us? I didn't know whether or not he was. Somebody wrote on the 805 beer text lines that that there was no Dodger more popular than Tommy Lasorda. Do you agree with those statements?
Yeah, just because it was his life. He'd been there for so long, I mean, I don't think he even played it for any other team ever.
You are telling me that Jackie Robinson is not as popular as Tommy Lasorda was?
I think Tommy Lasorda is the most popular Dodger. I think Jackie's a more popular baseball player worldwide.
So he's the more historic figure. But
Correct.
Tommy Lasorda...
Which would outrank Lasorda, but as a Dodger, yeah, because Jackie went to play for other teams.
True. That is true. But, I mean, still, it's Jackie Robinson.
Right, but it's like, bigger.
Tommy was just the manager. Granted, he was a great manager, but he was just the manager.
But, I mean, Jackie's on a bigger stage. Jackie's a different realm to me.
But you think that Lasorda was the most popular Dodger of all time?
Probably.
Wow.
Did you ever eat at his restaurant?
He had a restaurant?
At the stadium?
Yeah.
Yes, I was not impressed. It was stadium food.
Doesn't he have another restaurant somewhere else?
I think so, and he has that wine that we were talking about, which probably wasn't that great either.
No, actually,
even though
it actually was really good.
That, I think it was made up here, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it was made from Santa Maria, grapes from Santa Maria. It was really, really good red. It was like a Rhone varietal of some sort.
I usually don't take those name brands. I take them with a grain of salt. But
right.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it was inevitable. I mean, the last few years when they've brought Tommy out for special events, every time you saw him, you're like, ooh, they need to stop rolling him out.
Hold on. According to Google Maps, Lasorda Family Wines is in Tin City. Like that's where that's where their thing is.
Somebody told me it was made in Paso.
Okay, well, here's the thing. They did some Dodger wine that was sourced out of the Santa Maria Valley.
That's separate.
But he has
had his own.
His family has a winery.
Do you want me to tell you, or are you going to keep interrupting me?
Ew! Tell me, wine expert.
Just take a break. I know. I just have
Jeremy. He was forced to talk about cheese sticks that he can't eat, and he's very cranky about that.
Just
he's very
down.
hungry right now. Okay,
listen.
Unless the cheese stick crust is made of cauliflower, he can't eat it.
Yeah, it's my new diet. No carbs. But anyways,
Jeremy.
I met this kid. I should say he's 20-something, almost 30-year-old man who is a family member of Tommy Lasorda, who is doing something up in Paso Robles.
And that's the Lasorda family wines?
That is the Lasorda family wines that I think you're speaking of. I was speaking of the
why isn't he
the Dodger wine? I misspoke.
Why
there.
isn't he screaming it from the mountaintops that hey, Tommy Lasorda is part of my family? Like he should be flying the biggest Dodger flag on top of that winery in Tin City. Hey, Dodger fans, come here.
No, but you have to understand, you can't just do that because it's trademarked, and you can't use the Dodgers to, sell your product. Now, you could have a Dodger flag, probably, but
he would Tommy Lasorda would have to have some kind of offshoot brand, like Marshawn Lynch has Beast Mode.
Probably yes.
Okay,
yeah, okay. Something like that.
Dodgers the MLB trademark, I'm sure.
Which I love the new Subway commercials for Marshawn Lynch. They're hilarious.
His restaurants have closed, by the way. Oh, that's too bad.
Lasorda?
Yeah.
The family wine's still up, still alive and kicking. And if I was a Dodger fan, I'd want to go visit that place. Have you been there, Chiba?
No.
You live down the street.
Chiba doesn't leave her house.
I know.
Chiba is a couch potato.
That's why we're calling her right now.
I'm a hermit. I would like that. I like that phrase better than couch potato, please.
All right. Well, I know it's okay, Hermit. I know it's early, but you're probably still in your PJs.
I've changed from my PJs to my house sweats. Thank you.
It's a big move.
Hey. I have a bra on.
Okay, that's TMI.
Oh, well, that's good.
That's huge. When every woman out there knows, you're hanging out in your own house in sweats and that. See, that's a big deal.
Well, hell, I got to be full disclosure. Jeremy and I have yet to put ours on yet, so I think you're one step ahead of us.
I believe that.
All right, Chiba. Have a great day.
You too, guys.
All right. There goes Chiba Cheap. Don't forget tonight, 7 o'clock.
If this winery could say, hey, by the way, we're part of the Lasorda family, they would get half the people that go to Tin City to be like, we got to go to this place.
I'm sure they're doing it in the right way. I'm sure they're doing it.
What do you mean the right way?
I'm sure they're not just throwing it out there.
I would throw it out there. I would say, hey, listen, I would fly the biggest Dodger flag until Major League Baseball said, don't fly the Dodger flag to try to sell your wine.
Whoa! Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
We got your Federico's Fresh Max hookup. Every day, 9:40, we call it Know the Show. If you're listening to this, we may ask you a question from something we talked about early this morning, and that pays dividends for you. If you can get through, you'll win $20 to go to Federico's. Hi, good morning, KZOZ. Hello.
Hi, this is Don.
Oh, hello, Don.
Long time no talk, brother.
How is everything going? Well, I'll tell you, I'm a little upset.
You like how Don did that, huh? Yeah. He just asked the question and didn't even wait for the answer.
Yeah, big surprise, Don's upset.
How's everything going? I'll tell you about me because I don't care about the question I just asked you.
Don, what's bothering you today?
I'm a little depressed for what happened at the Capitol, if you want to know the truth about it. Because you know something? I'll tell you something that's going to happen right now. The ones that caused the damage, they're going to be put in prison and be taken care of and everything. And who's going to have to pay for it? We are going to raise our taxes.
Only time will tell. But my question for you, Don, I got a question for you, and I'm going to let you answer, unlike you let us. What number on the list of radio stations are we that you called today?
Well, I think that maybe I was kind of wearing out my welcome, I think, with Adam because I bother him pretty much every day. So
It comes out for Don.
I thought I'd bother you one day.
I think what happens is you ask Adam a question, he goes to answer it, and you don't let him answer. So then he's like, you know what? I'm not going to take your call, Don.
Really?
Oh, that's what you did with us? When you ask people a question, let them answer the question. Like, how are you doing today? You know what? We probably would have said, we're doing just fine. And then you could have went in on the Capitol stuff. But you couldn't even wait for us to say, we're doing just fine before you started in on the Capitol stuff.
Yeah.
Do better next time, Don.
It just sounds a little self-serving, Don.
Well, maybe a little bit. But it kind of depressed me a little bit what I saw.
No, I know.
I know, you're right.
What
Back to
depresses,
it.
you know what depresses me is the fact that you ask my opinion, then you cut me off.
Really?
Not even opinion. You just call to ask how we're doing, and we're like, hey, here's a guy that's genuinely concerned with how we're doing today. And then we start to open our mouth, and then you start off about the Capitol. It's like, oh, I guess he doesn't really care that much.
He really doesn't care. He's being fake. He just wants to talk.
Yeah, just wants a platform for the Capitol conversation.
He just wants somebody to listen to him, and his name's Donald.
Don, I'm sorry. I am sorry you're depressed. But you know what? The sun came up today, and you know what? As a country, we'll probably learn how to do better, just like you'll learn to do better when calling into the radio station and asking us a question. Next time, you'll probably allow us to answer that question, correct?
Well, I guess that's true.
No.
But do you think it's going to raise our taxes?
He still doesn't care.
Everything
he
raises
doesn't care
our
about what
taxes.
you just said. I don't even think he heard you.
Don't let this get you down too much.
Okay, I'll try not to.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.